All right, I'm going to go through a couple of the trig review problems that we had the other day. Alrighty, hopefully this will help for your test tomorrow. Here you go. All right, so this is the biggest thing right here. You got to make sure that you understand this. We're going to keep coming back and forth to this as well. Decide your plan of attack. All right. So what we're going to do, I'm trying to make this a little bit bigger, but that's okay. All right, so the next slide, we're going to, okay, I say I'm going to, there we go. All right, so find AC. All right, let's go back and see what we got. We've got two angles and a side. All right, first of all, do we have a right triangle? No, we don't, because there's a 96 and a 28. So no, we don't have a right triangle. All right. So then what information do we have? We got some angles and we got some sides. Do we have opposite sides and angles? Okay, here's an angle, but don't have the opposite side. Here's an angle, but yay, we do have the opposite side. So if that's the case, then we're going to go do the law of sines. That's it. All right, law of sines. So we're going to be looking for the side. So we're going to use this guy over here. We're going to put the side on the top. All right, and it doesn't matter if we're using A, B, or C. Well, we just got there. So we've got the side 36 over the angle, so it's the sine of 96, equals, all right, we don't know the side, so we're going to say x over the sine of 28. Okay, now we're going to go over to Desmos and do that one. Sorry, before we do that, let's come over here and let's solve for x first, okay? So to do that, I'm going to have to multiply both sides by sine 28 over 1. So that's going to give me 36 times the sine of 28 over the sine of 96. All right, now we're really going to go do that in Desmos. Okay, so we came over here to Desmos and we put it in like this. All right, make sure that you're putting the top over the bottom. And to do that, what I did is I have the big set of parentheses out here. Now remember, we've got the 36 times the sine of 28. I put the 36 in front on purpose because you don't want to say sine 28 36. That's not going to work out too well. So put the 36 in front. All right, then we got 36 times the sine of 28 all over the sine of 96. Now I'm looking right here and I'm thinking, did I get this in degrees? Well, sure didn't. Always make sure you're going back into degrees. All right, so then it's a 16.99. Well, I'm going to round it to 17. Nope. Okay, so that comes out to be 17 yards. All right, let's come over here and let's do the same thing again. Let's see. All right, we've got a triangle. Is it a 90-degree triangle? I remember that that's what I did last time. Is it a right triangle? No. So what information do we have? We said we have some sides and we have an angle. Okay. Last time we had two angles and a side. But this time we have two sides and an angle. Okay. So it says, do we have opposite sides? Yeah, we sure do. Here's an 87 and a 40. So they're opposite sides. In other words, this side does not touch this angle. It's a sidewalk and it never comes to this angle right here. Okay, so we do have opposite sides, so we can use the law of sines. Okay, so that's good. Now this time it's asking us to find the angle, so we're going to use these right here to where the angle's on top. So I'm going to start off with the sine of 87, sine of 87 over 40 equals the sine of, let's see, we got that 23, so we're going to say sine of A of x over 23. All right, now again, just like we did up here, we want to get rid of the denominator. So we're going to multiply by 23 over 1 times 23 over 1. So that's going to give us 23, and this is how we're going to put it in decimals. Sine of 87 over 40. Okay, remember we're just putting these in parentheses right here, this big set of parentheses, so that it understands that all of that is in the numerator. Okay, all right, I'm going to go put that in decimals here for just a second. Okie doke, so I got it in there. I just pretty much just changed the stuff that I had before, and then I've got this 0.57. All right, so let's go back and look right here. All right, oops, snap, I'm over here. So we've got, wait a minute. We've got the 0.57. That doesn't really sound right. We're looking for the angle. It doesn't look like we've got 0.57. So that makes me know that I got to go back and remember, oh, snap-a-doodles, I've got to come right here and use the inverse, a sine to the -1. Sorry, didn't mean to say inverse. Sine to the -1. All right, and again, I'm in degrees right here. And so I know it's a 35-degree angle. Okay, so if I had not realized that just off the bat that I was looking for an angle, if I'd still done my equation the same way, so I brought this down. My dog's sleeping. So we got that equals the sine of x, so that gives me 0.57 equals the sine of x. That's where I do the inverse, and I get 35 degrees. Okie doke. Okay, let's go to the next one and see what we got. Okie doke. So first of all, we know it's not a right triangle because it's 99.8 degrees. And we have two sides and an angle. Let's see, do we have an opposite side and angle pair? So we only have one angle, so we've got that right there. Nope, can't do it. So if we don't have opposite side and angle, so we're going to use the law of cosines. The deal is we'd rather use this law of sines. It's just easier. But if we have to, we can use the law of cosines. It's no big deal. So it's asking us to find BC. So that means it's opposite of A. Okay? Honestly, though, if you memorize one of these, it doesn't really matter because it's just always the bookends, like the lady had said before. It's the bookends of the angle and the side that you want. Okay? So I want side A, so I'm going to say A squared equals B squared, okay, 17.1 squared plus C squared, which is 6.1 squared, minus 2 times 17.1 times 6.1. I ran out of room. Okay, I'm going to put this down here. 6.1 cosine of 99.8 degrees. Okay, so then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do my calculations. All right, okay, so I've got a lot of my calculations done right here. I got A squared, and then I squared that, squared the 6.1, multiplied these guys together. Oops, snap, didn't mean to do that. Let's go back. Doop, doop. Multiplied these guys together up here to get this little number right here. All right, now you have to be really, really careful putting this into decimals or your calculator or whatever. I usually try to just do little by little. So I say A squared equals, and then I'm going to add those two together. Let's come back and get them. So when I add those two together, I get 329.62. So that's 329.62 minus, all right, let's come and do these right here. Okay, So when I say 208.68 times the cosine of 98, I get negative 29.042. All right, so negative 29.042. All right, now when I do that, these two are going to be a plus. So a squared equals, you got that right there, 358.663. 358.663. Now, if you notice, way up here, I've been rounding. I'm pretty sure that that's rounded, but I've been rounding all this kind of time. So now when I come back over here and I get the square root of this is a rounded number because of the way I've been doing it. So this one is 18.9. Okay, so A equals 18.9. Now, if you look on the bottom of the answer sheet, though, it's going to say it's 19.1, and that's simply because of the way I rounded. Okay? All right. So let's go to the next one. Oops, sorry. All right, now we're going to look. This time, let's see what it's got. We have no idea if that's a right angle or not, simply because it doesn't show us that it is. Okay, so let's go see what we've got here. Oh, snap, I didn't mean to do that. I can go right here. So, is it right triangle? No. Here we go. What information do we have? Angles? Mm-mm. Sides? We got 3 of those. Okay, so do we have opposite sides and angles? Well, no, because we only have 3 sides. So, we're going to use the law of cosines. Okey-doke. So now we're going to say find angle A. All right, well, look, we're actually still going to be using this one, but again, it doesn't really matter. So this time we're going to say 14 squared equals, all right, so we got B and C, so we got 9 squared plus 6 squared minus 2, it's always these guys right here, times 9 times 6 times the cosine. Remember, we did A, so it's going to be the cosine of A because it has to be bookends. This is A squared and this is cosine A. All right, let's go do these calculations. Oh, snap. Let's go do these calculations. I used my handy dandy calculator and I got these numbers right here. Then I'm going to add these up right here. 196 equals, add those two up, I got 117 minus 108 cosine of A. Now I'm going to subtract 117 from both sides, minus 117, and that's going to give me, 79. 79 equals negative 108 cosine of A. Okay, now I've got to divide by negative 108. Divide by negative 108. All right, so that is going to give me, I'm trying to hurry because I got to hurry up with this. So 79 divided by gives me 0.7314848 equals the cosine of A. Okay, so now, oh, that's a negative right there. So now, if we come over there, we've got to take the second cosine, or cosine to the negative 1, okay? And that is going to give us a 42.9, oh, shoot, that rounds all the way up to 43 degree equals A, angle A. Okie-doke. Okay, now these guys right here, you just shove those into your calculator or go on to Desmos and you'll be able to do those just fine. Okay, so for the next one, we got the measure of each angle, rounded. So first of all, is it a right triangle? Absolutely, because remember we're going through, we're going to go back and say, is it a right triangle? Yes, it is. So use what you have. Okay, so I know that this is the angle I'm looking for. So it's going to be 6 over 8. We got 6 and 8. Snap. I'm going to have to do this on another video. Oops. I'll be back.